Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning from the firehouse. Tonight I'm going to be looking at Rasta and the movements of Rastas. I tell you something I'm going to be looking at. Well, I'll be looking at the root of this Rasta business anyway, where it started. Like I was saying in my previous reasoning, because this Rasta business was started in Jamaica. It was a movement of what I would call real rebel souls. But obviously, that doesn't mean that every Jamaican are rebels, you know, because some of them are not rebels. Like I say, some is what I would call sellouts, even going back into the days of slavery, because some of the brothers, like it or not, did sell out or compromise with the British and their shit stem, I have to say. And some of these shit stem, like I say, that was imposing on the will of the rebels, was what man would term religion. In our case, out here in the West, it's definitely Christianity that was trying to impose itself on the rebels. Obviously, like I say, some agree with this. So they went along and said, yes, we agree with the oppressors when they say that the Lord did send his son so that they could murder him and then tell us about it as it was. So some people did actually, I would say, went along with the oppressors. I have to wear this hat tonight to see what I mean, because fiery reason I have to deal with tonight under this hat. Like they say, the truth can be very painful, but I intend to push my sword very deep. See what I mean? I don't care, you know, because real rebels do not care. So yes, some of the brothers now and sisters went along with the shit stream and adopted this idiotic idea about God sending his son to die for us. And then naturally now that come to cover over our real rebel movements of Rastafari, I say. And put what I would call, cover it over in a shell, like a coconut. Because now these brothers who went along with the oppressors, they brought into Rasta now this idea that yes man, Jesus is actually a real brethren, and his majesty is this Jesus who is returned. You see what I mean? Naturally we rebels wouldn't accept any such nonsense, because we understand that, like we say in Jamaica, we know that the Brownings have preference. If you know what I mean. And we also notice that as gone to most religious lunatics, God have preference. He always seems to be choosing some light form of beings rather than any beings, I say, who come from deep Congo. So in these movements, I say, now that follow the Jesus story that I'm telling you about, you know, which is real rebels say that's absolute bullshit. But anyway, they take it to be good thing, so they're following it. So now they say, yeah man, this Jesus is right, you see me? And that we now as jungle men from Congo should start to read a chapter of day of this book that their master give to them, telling them about the story. But naturally, you know, that deep Congo men are a real rebel. We don't read books that man write. You see what I mean? Real rebels read the book that is nature, the one that the Creator created. You see what I mean? So that is the book that we read. But anyway, these men now, bag of wolf in sheep clothing, I call them. You see what I mean? Penetrate the movement of Rastafari now and come up with the idea now that yes, man, Selassie is Jesus' return, and is actually Jah or whoever in flesh, as they would see it. But real rebel know that God dwell in man, but man is not God. See what I mean? So, no. And real rebels, like I say, notice how setting in Jamaica. I got some of the browning in me still, you know. But I know that we always seems to choose as close, every man want to get brown as according to them. Look as close to the master or to God's son, I say. So even in Rasta now, you find out that the leader, our God, our Jah, is not a really, like I say, a deep Congo looking man still, you know. But Selassie who is mixing some way down to the finest art there still. You see what I mean? Because obviously it's like a psychological thing where we still have to dally up to the browning and claim now the oppressor's interpretation of his book and say, yes man, this is Jesus' return. But in Firehouse we burn such ideas. You see what I mean? Because in Firehouse now, like I tell you, we don't deal, no one bow in Firehouse to any beings who come out of their mother like any other being and bow down to them as any king or any queen. You know what I mean? And we don't in Firehouse, as an example, like I'm saying, follow what the oppressors has taught us. No, we don't deal with what the oppressor we don't really function with what the oppressor is functioning still, you know. We are dealing on a different level. You see what I mean? So when it come to Rastafari business, as I'm saying, we don't follow any books. Like I know a lot of Rasta say that we should read a chapter a day of the Bible. But no, real Rasta do not read a chapter a day. Like I'm saying in Firehouse. Nothing to do with reading any chapter a day. And nothing to do with Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? If I was these Rasta who follow Selassie, what I would do, brethren, is this. Because you have to know one thing, I've repeated this before. His Majesty was not a Rasta. The brethren was an Ethiopian Orthodox. You see what I mean? So if you want to follow somebody, you become what that person was, follow that. You see what I mean? Because Rasta, like I'm telling you, ain't nothing to do with any man or any Jesus return. You know? You have a lot of men saying about Solomon was the wisest man. Who? Where is Solomon? And where did he live? Where did he live in the grave or monument upon this planet? And like I'm telling you, look how you can go to Egypt and see temple existing since 5,000 years ago. Solomon is only 2,000 years and nobody cannot find Solomon. You see what I mean? So you have been, a lot of people get pump up with stories. And they just going off what they've been told. Now obviously, like I'm saying, it looked to me because Religion is a very, religion is a in and a out, and I say the outward part is corrupted. And all outward religion have a front man. Be they call the front man Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, whoever the front man is. So obviously at some time, some races, I say, those who are the sellout, I call them, seeing the play that was going on in religion and decide to bring Selassie as a front man. You see what I mean? Just the same as the others. So now they are following His Majesty who is supposed to be either a reincarnation of Jesus, I don't know, a reincarnation of somebody like I tell you who never exists. Because in Firehouse, we don't only burn up Selassie, I will burn Jesus first. You see what I mean? Just like when we're dealing with the religion, we don't bother about Christianity and Islam. We root up what the Jew man say. Once we kill him, the rest dead. You see what I mean? So we jump over Selassie and kill Jesus. Once we kill that, because that is an invention of, like I say, writer's own imagination. Rastafari himself, the High General, dwells within human beings, male and female. Whether you want to call yourself Rasta or whoever you call yourself, or you call yourself Christian and Muslim and Jew. The real Rasta, which is the spirit of the one that watch it all, what you people on earth would call conscience. Eh? That is the real one. You see what I mean? This one, like I tell you, cannot just come in one man like beings who don't know themselves is talking about. Because the one dwell in all man. Yeah, one could reflect the light of that one. But that wouldn't make you that one. You understand what I mean? If you take a mirror and reflect the light of the sun, you think the mirror is the blood-clad sun? Or the power of the sun? No, the mirror would still just be a reflection. So any being who come out of pussy and evil speak the truth, that being cannot be God. No being can be God. You don't understand? I don't know where these, like I say, get these, because you follow the tradition of the slave master. You see what I mean? And where you now are convincing people now to read this book, you know, about a chapter a day. How did you think men know the truth before men learn to write down this blood clot book? The truth cannot be contained in a book. No book on earth. So why should one get one to devote oneself to books? No, we shouldn't be reading a chapter a day. Every day we should be checking our own actions, our own doing, checking the contents of the mind to see if what is contained there is pure and clean, or if it's dirty. And if it's dirty, go and have a fresh, clean up the mind. You don't go about talking bullshit and reading and performing and a lot of man shout out, Selassie. No, that will not open the eye. That will not make one know who Rastafari is. Like I say, this is Firehouse. And in Firehouse, I have a man who run the sword of truth right through all the whole family, kill the whole of them if we have to. Just with the truth though, you know. That means no compromise. So I don't compromise, like I say, with the heartbeat of the Naya Bingi. Dead to black and white oppressors. You see what I mean? There is no compromise, right, in the truth of a rebel. And we are proper rebel soldiers. You see what I mean? No being can give me my right. You don't understand. And like I say, we're coming from a lineage when we bus past Jamaica. We're coming from the deep Congo. You understand? So you cannot come into deep Congo now and tell me how to live my life and tell me how to think. And no, God cannot send you to do that either. You understand? If you are claiming that God sent you, then you know that for certain any man who know the truth know that, well, that is a false God. And any God who sent Jesus, in Firehouse we burn that God up. And any God who send any prophet at all in fire, that get burned. You see, in firehouse we live by the law. This law can only be learned when one self-disciplined. Any human being on the planet who is not trying to live a self-disciplined life, striving towards that, cannot know the rascal law. Doesn't matter, you could read 1,000 blood clot books, brethren. Listen, you could pray 1,000,000 times. All that is irrelevant. The only relevance is when you start to make correction with the little fuckery that you know that you're doing. You understand? That's all that is going to open your eyes up to the laws of the one. It doesn't matter where the being is living on the planet, east, west, north and south. All that is irrelevant. Conduct is the only way that is going to open your eyes. So you can show away all the little scriptures. Scriptures ain't going to help you in the fire. Remembering your great masters, like they tell you about great master. The only great master is within thyself, thy own conscience, which you refuse to blood clot listen to great masters who you don't know. The one that is within you don't want to know. You want to know about great master. What great masters? There's only one master. You don't understand, and this master is within thyself. How come you don't know this master? Yeah, you know what we say. You cannot serve two masters at once. So if you don't know this master, maybe you're serving another master. And the only other master that a man could serve in this earth is his own selfish, egoistic desires. Because you can't serve Satan. Because Satan is not looking for no followers. I know Satan myself. So if anything, human beings are serving their own stinking little dirty desires. And that these little dirty desires that you have in yourself, this is what blinds you from true understanding and make you ignorant. And like I'm saying, instead of you reading the book that God created, which is the universe and the earth that you live in, that's the book. Before you read that, read the stars, read the trees and the grass. No, you let some rascal man write book. And you following instruction in book. You know? And everything, like I tell you, these religious outside fools tell you, it's always set a long time ago where you cannot prove anything. Ain't it funny how Gabriel don't rascal appear in modern times? Archangel and all these things. No one ain't walking on water, the blood clot skin it though. You see what I mean? But all these miracles, God seems to perform them about 2,000 years ago and then stop. You know, as if God switched. But those miracles are, like I say, those stories are just taught by people who, like I say, have no idea what the truth is. Their only intention is to make money and exploit. If I was people all in Jamaica, because Jamaica is one of the most Christian or churchical place on earth. There's a church. You should enter the church and drive out the preacher. Stop going to church. You don't understand. You are all those of you who are going to church in Jamaica or anywhere, especially if you are black people. All you're doing is supporting the oppressor. To keep your own self in ignorance. To die in this life and go meet the ignorance that this ignorant being has taught you about Jesus up in heaven. Now a lot of you know how many people I was even talking about this yesterday. People leave from Jamaica to blood clot and go to Israel. And would never go and visit Africa. A rascal go and see the Pope in Rome. You know what I mean in the Vatican? You would rather go where Satan dwell than go where your ancestors come from and walk on that earth. You find that there is some secret ground in Israel. Sacred. Why blood clot ground sacred in Israel? You don't see that these people are satanic. No, not themselves. No, not the living God. Can't you see what they've created? here on earth. And you're still listening to the preacher. It doesn't matter how many times lately I have to be telling people over and over that on earth, what you call the devil, right, is man themselves. But these real evil, the most evil of men, they disguise themselves in goodness. Which is you really just preach on them. It appears to you that they are not doing anything and would never do anything that is evil or even think it. Because to you they appear piously. They are actors on a stage. Behind the scene, these are some of the most vile and sickly human beings. Vampires, I call them. Because anyone who pretend to know God and don't know God must be a blood clot evil that in it. To be making money out of God as well. Because I say God is the biggest business. And Jesus and big business as well, you know. Couple disciples, them and big business. But big business, this spirituality business anyway. But the whole lot of it is it is operating, like I said. When you get to understand who Rastafari is, and the only way to do it, to understand who Rastafari is to be an honest human being. That way you will, I say, Rasta is like a coconut. It contains a juice within it, yes. But you cannot just go and drink a coconut like that. You have to remove the outer husk. Violently as well with a sharp machine. So yeah, some of these men who are going on with Selassie, I don't move them out of the blood clot way. I don't have no time to that. I don't worship man who come out of pussy. Okay, I can't talk about man is king and man. Title, earthly title. I don't respect no title. You don't understand. Truth and right I respect. I have to live that. Live it. I talk about bow down to man. But what? Every man have to look the fire in the eye. And some you could be blood clot 20,000 light man. Who care? No bowing. Not on this earth or anywhere in God rascal creation. No bow. No compromising the rights. So, you know, when we burn fire, we don't mess with human being. We don't only speak to Rasta. The boy, them call themselves Muslim. Any boy will come out a pussy. Run the truth through you. It's just the same. You see what I mean? And let you know who blood clot Rastafari is. If you think Rastafari is a bomber rascal joke, just because you hear some man talking about the one who don't know the rascal one, you might end up believing that the one is not real. You see what I mean? But trust me, the one is as real as blood clot as how you would see me drinking this water, you know. Only reason why you don't comprehend this blood clot one, see, is because this one is in the dark. You have visible and invisible, and the one is dwelling in the dark. You see what I mean? And the only way for you to start to penetrate this darkness is to self-discipline. And in Babylon here, who is self-disciplining in Babylon? When all thereafter is the gold and the diamond and the silver. The sex and the drink and the this and because everyone is after ambition. Who is chasing after what is right and correct and truthful and honest? Who love that with all them heart? Not many rascal people. So how are they going to understand the living blood clot one? You see what I mean? They will have to believe. And when you believe, when you don't know, you're going to believe in all kind of nonsense. Instead of you knowing. If you want to know, right, if what I'm saying is rascal truth, yeah? Just try living honestly. Check your own self and correct your faults and you will see. You will remove the shield from over your eyes when you stop behaving like you've been programmed to behave. Because you've been programmed, innit? All human beings been programmed. So, but we can unprogram ourselves slowly, you know. Some of us never manage to unprogram ourselves. Believe the program. But trust me, we've all. Doesn't matter where you are. I say some people get put in physical slavery like the black man then. But then other people get put into mental slavery, and mental slavery is harder to get out of than physical. Because physical slavery you can see the chains. But when a man chain up your mind now, you are in trouble. So all the people of Europe, most of their mind are chained without them realizing it. You see what I mean? So Rasta Rasta come to free all slaves. Anywhere at all, you see what I mean? Anywhere on the blood clot planet, because the one we deal with things like I say, not even on an earthly way, but in a galactic form. Truth and right, anywhere we go, burn, blood clot, fire. You see what I mean? A simple thing that human can, you say, blood clot stupid, I say, get me ignorant sometime. Even today I was explaining this simple matter of clarifying up the oneness of all human beings to a man, that if you take water, brethren, and you get 4 different in a beer, you know, Guinness, Red Stripe, 10 and or whatever, yeah? You empty the beer out, and you put water in all of the things and seal it back up, as if it wasn't broken. Of course, when you present it now, man is going to think that these are different things of beer. But if a man come along and say, Bridget, can I taste them? He's going to discover that all these things contain water, even though they look different. Well, you rascal human beings, yeah? You represent these things, and the spirit of the one put water in all of you, yeah? And now you're on the fucking earth and about black man, white man, rascal, this man. You fucking idiot, pussy clat, I say. When all you have here is man. You don't understand, you don't dig that. Yeah? And within these man here now, all man whoever live and I say come out a pussy, yeah? The spirit of that one is within them all. That's why you cannot hide from yourself. What's the matter with these people? This is the one that these rascal idiot call conscience, yeah? But this one is real. This is the blood clot general. This is the one that is beyond any books. This is the one that I am firing off. When I am firing off, kill all blood clot. What you on about? About wise man and all this kind of business. There is no wise man. It's just like I'm trying to explain in a simple way. Sunlight, right, can only come from the sun outside. Just imagine this scenario. Use your imagination for a bit, yeah? Sunlight can only come from one place. The truth is sunlight, yeah? That's what it is, sunlight. Now, that sun that you see outside, yeah, is a representation of this one that I'm telling you about. This one is within, just like you see that sun outside. He's shining a fiery blood clot light, yeah? That's the only place that truth can come from. Nowhere blood clot else, you don't understand it? So if any human being who come out of another human being and come on the earth and speak the truth, he's drawing it from there, he's reflecting it. But he can never be that light. That one never manifests. Hey, I know all these things because I'm a 9th grade blood clot general and I've seen the one myself. You understand? So I can speak directly to any rascal being on the earth or beyond. Anyone at all, you know, because I am the baddest. Because that one is the baddest. Yeah, this is the one that is in both male and female, and the rascal that move. So when I'm speaking, like I say, I don't speak to man or I don't speak to Rasta, I don't speak to Christian, I don't speak to no rascal, Jew, no one. When I speak, I'm speaking to the souls of human beings directly. You see what I mean? Because I teach all beings. I don't give a fuck where they are. East, west, north and south. On earth or beyond earth. What difference does that make when you know the one? You see what I mean? So if I come now, because when I know the one, I have to pass judgment still, because this is a war situation. So man have to know what is right. So if I say the Christian them are going on the wrong way, they are. If I say the Muslim and the Hindu and the Buddhist are on the wrong way, I bet me rascal soul and it that they are. Because I know God in it. So if I must know my fellow travelers in God in it. You see what I mean? But these are not my fellow travelers in God. These are following that false God who sent prophets and who sent rascal Jesus. And this is the God that we are burning in the firehouse. because we know that is nonsense. The real God have a law, what we call law. Law already run. Before you come into existence, there was law. And under this law, any human being who arrive here is here to make a choice. Once you are making your rascal choice, God cannot send anyone here to interfere in that. The choice is simply between positive and negative. Now, if any man has ever before spoken the word of God, the real God I'm on about, he did so because he was living a life and he changed his life. And when he changed his life, he see things and he started to speak. Because of course God is going to teach a man once you change your stupid ways, isn't it? And once you stay in your stupid ways and God start to teach you, you will start to speak. But God never send you. And God never choose you. Because God choose no man. You must choose God. The choice is with you, not God. God already give you the rascal choice. Use it. I don't fuck about that about God. God choose and God send and God say thou shalt not. God cannot do none of that blood clot. You don't understand it. You are the one with the choice. You are the one who must decide. God already give you a rascal mind and spirit. Give you the greatest intelligence in yourself. And you want God to use it for you. No man. In the real fire, right? If you don't choose God, God just ignore your blood clots, because that's your choice, innit? You're a free human being. You do with your choice what your rascal will. You don't understand it? Because here what now? If you think after when you do all your wickedness or badness, whatever you do then, that you can appeal to God after. You can't. There's no God to appeal to. The law will be dealing with you. The law run things. So according to the law, one reap what one sow. Because one is here to make a choice. You see what I mean? Between this and that. Decide. Make your mind up. What do you want? What is your desires? Because that is what you're going to get, Lately, I like to trick this one in. Sometimes when a reason stick on you, I like to fire it for a while. So I'm bringing it back again in this reasoning. The example of soldiers going after war then. Killing and shooting in Iraq. Wherever they go, Vietnam, firing shot, no blood clot. And when they're doing it, it doesn't affect them as such. But when it's all over now and they come back home and they have to readjust in society, they find it very difficult, hard. They have nightmares. Some of them go mad and crazy, you know what I mean? Flashback about all the things that they did. Well, my friend, when the Governor General, which is the ruler of earth, there's so much rascal rule on this little planet, I don't know. I always hear about this is the richest man and the most powerful man. You know how many rascal richest man and powerful man there was on earth and death removed them all? And all these who are rich and powerful now, death will be removing them as well. You know what I mean? But when the Governor General, like I say, which is death, remove you and you go home, yeah? That's when it's going to dawn on you about what you was doing here. Maybe you won't be able to adjust when you realize the consequences of your action while you was living on rascal earth. You see what I mean? And forever stuck in your book going on about this and that and that. Fuck all doesn't matter, I tell a man, because I know the rascal law. Fuck all, you could read 1,000 blood clot book, yeah? It make no fucking difference. The only thing that make a difference is when you, who is an intelligent rascal human being, because God give intelligence unto all, unless your brain is impaired, forget about that. If your brain is not, or your mind is not impaired, yeah, you know the difference between right and wrong. If you want to know the truth, or if you want to know God, like we say, stop doing the wrong that you're doing. Don't stop some of them and hide some because other human beings can't see them. Because the one see it all. I'm telling you, the one is a superstar. He's got a video camera in you. You call blood clot memory. Video all the deeds. Yeah, that's why I tell these fucking idiots about their keeping secret. Secret from who? Who the fuck are you keeping secret from? Other human beings. Other human beings are not fucking God. They did not create this existence. They never created memory. It was the one who did that one. The highest intelligence. So how the fuck are you going to hide from that one? Because you don't think that one is real. Because you let these other little devils telling you about this one is up in heaven, and if you ignore life here and when you die, you know, be a good little somebody and go to church and pray and whatever. When you go to heaven, you are not supposed to wait till you go to heaven to get your freedom. You are supposed to win it here. You're here to make a rascal choice in it. This is in the battle, in the fire. Feet, you know. I hear people on about hell, but how the fuck can hell be worse than what's going on here on earth? You know? Unless Satan must have some stealth bomber down there as well, you know? Some blood clot aircraft carrier. Whoop I think Satan must have got down. Must say daily war going down a hell and daily war is going on earth. So I know it will be a close contest between hell and earth then, you know? I don't know, maybe like I said, Satan might probably have some more sophisticated craft will disappear and thing. Yeah, but right now here on earth is these devilish little beings, like I'm saying. And none of them, you better run out that them blood clot religion that you know, I say. You get pussy clot burning the fire in there. I say, I bet my soul against all Outford Farmer religion. That is all satanic and blood clot sick. Because I'm not a believer like I say. I know rascal God. What you call God. Because God is only a word, you know. But the supreme intelligence, like I'm telling you, the sun, the giver of light. That one that you see out there, he's the one that give light to all that grow on earth, you know. Superior. Well, this one that is within, he's the one that give growth within the mind. His is the only light that can light up the mind. Because the mind have no light of his own. Just observe the movements of the moon. It doesn't possess any light of its own. It is a receiver of light from the giver of light, which is the sun. So it's the same thing. You're a little puny mind, human beings. Ain't got no rascal light. The only way fucking light enter into that, unless you draw it from the one that is within. Laws of the blood clot universe. It goes like that 1 pussy clot billion%, as I say it, and no other fucking way. That means any being who is not drawing understanding from that one hasn't yet, I say, wake up their intelligence. Due to their behavior, of course. Because it's only your own behavior that can stop you waking up your true intelligence. Either the religious man them capture you, or some other little selfish desire in a life capture you, and that stop you developing your full capabilities. But we all have it, innit? Only one thing can stop us knowing the one. Our own behavior. How we are seeing things, maybe we're jealous of other people. Who fucking know? I don't bumbleclot no. I can't see within other people's soul, you know. But I know the things that make them fucking blind. It's only your action, it's your brass action, you know. Stop you seeing clearly the truth of the matter. And that's why we're getting, because if everyone now was following the one, then you wouldn't have this one man saying, oh, my opinion and my opinion. Fuck your opinion, you follow the opinion of the one. Light can only come from one place. So when you make connection with this one, there'll be no, your disagreement is finished. Because we won't be the one who is deciding what anymore. Yeah, we can decide how to build house and that. But spiritual, what is truthful, that will be decided by the one. We live under the law of the one. We don't have to make no rascal laws. Laws already exist for man to live. You are the one who is not following the law. Like I'm saying, you like a dancer who dance without not dancing in tune with the rhythm. You know, not the rhythm of life. You are out of tune. And the reason why you are out of tune is your dirty, stinking way that you behave. And how you, like I say, come to Babylon and admire Babylon. Those who make the most weapon and cause the most human being to die on the planet. So, you know, when a man come here, no wonder you go mad in Rascal, England, all you foreigners who come here from Jamaica and all over Africa. Because you come to the house of Satan to admire Satan. Dancing. And when I say you come to the house of Satan, you know, I don't want the British people as a whole thinking that I'm saying that they are satanic. No, you are the British people as a whole are just sheeples in a mental slavery. It is their rulers who are the real satanic devils. You know, who kept them in a form of mental slavery. So I am not talking about my cause. Every man is my brother and sister, you know. Even the same goddamn one that I'm cursing as a blood clot Satan. I mean, it's my brother. I'm just saying their behavior make them satanic. Actions speak louder than words. So when you read their action or watch their action, they are builders of some of the most dangerous weapons on earth. Atomic power. You know? Hydrogen power. All manner of submarine ship. They are the exploiters of the earth. They are not of those who want to live with the earth, but exploiting the earth. So for this reason, these beings are satanic and wicked. And I'm saying now that they disguise themselves so I would say beautifully disguised. Because who the fuck is going to think that the Pope is a satanic and wicked blood clot devil man and don't know God? No one. The man was in a church, not church, the man went into some prison, kissing prisoners' feet, you know. But that alone should show you that this is a evil and devil man. Because no righteous man would go washing man's feet and kissing it. For what? Righteous man is walking about the earth telling himself, listen man, if you're stealing, stop blood clot stealing. Stop hating your ass clot brother. What bumper clot I'm doing washing boy feet and kissing boy feet? The only man's feet I kiss is my little baby them. I kiss the little youth feet. What a rascal I would want to leave now, go into some prison around the street, washing some man's feet and kissing it, to demonstrate that I am doing something godly. That is pretend piety. You don't see what I mean? But you can trick people with those kind of stupidness, you know what I mean? Straight away now a man have chosen, look at this hypocrite now acting, kissing prisoners' feet, as if he's doing something, what they call pious and holy. That is an ungodly behavior. No righteous man, like I say, would kiss people's feet. You don't to uplift people, you don't kiss their feet, you tell them what they are supposed to do to uplift themselves. It's like if you see a man and the man is thirsty, you know, all here you don't know and you know where the suppliers of water is. Just tell the rascal man where the water is. You know what I mean? So that he can get a drink of water. You don't have to pretend. Don't pretend and, you know, give him a little once up and then tomorrow he's thirsty again. You know what I mean? But these pretenders, like I'm saying, who are pretending to be godly. Because like I tell you before, you know, I know, like I tell you, I ran my soul through any pussy clot. So I'll believe. I ran my soul through all believers. Because this is not a time for me, a blood clot fire time. You have to make judgment. What? Hey, you say, you hear them say, the Christians say, thou shalt judge not, least you will be judged. Yeah, well, I will be fucking judged as well. Don't mind about that, but I'm willing to stand by my judgment. Even if I lose I don't kind of worry a soul in it. We don't really bother about that. So I am willing to pass judgment. Because I'm saying, if a man come into life, and he's not a good judge and can't make judgment, how is he going to find out anything or understand himself? How is he going to know the difference between wrong and right? Life is a constant blood clot judgment. So what difference does it make if we have to judge those who are religious, those who claim that they are religious, those who claim that they are political, those who claim that they are the judge, the lawmakers and all? I condemn all of them rascals as false people, because I know that they are not following the law of the one. They are ignoring the law. They are anarchists against the law of the one. They try to use this word anarchist in their law, that when you rebel against Satan law, these devils law, they will say that you are an anarchist. You know what I mean? But the real anarchist is these satanic beings who are rebelling against the law of the one. You see what I mean? By refusing to live orderly. For, self-discipline I'm on about. So when they don't self-discipline themselves now, they know not the truth. And these are these idiots, like I say, when they don't know the truth, you can see them, like I say, on the God channel, all these false people preaching a load of shit. But guess what? They have the biggest audience. And anyone who is in their audience, it's simple because they haven't spent time working on themselves to clarify their own negative ways. And because they haven't done that, they are easily trapped off now into all these negative form of stupid rascal religion. I say religion cannot help you to know the one. Behavior can. Actions speak louder than words. So in the fire now, forget about your little rascal religion. You know what I mean? Religion is like when you're in a club. Everyone wants to say, oh, my club is the best club and my club is this club. Like I tell you before, no one can, it's like no one can take the sun out of the sky and claim that if anyone wants light, they have to come to them. Likewise with the truth, no rascal group of human can contain it and claim that they have the right and governorship over it. The truth is available everywhere. God, or who you calling God, is in everyone. God is the truth. Now rascal group of human beings are their fucking books. You understand what I mean? I am an illiterate rascal man. I don't know much about education. I don't read rascal book. But I will rip out the heart of any rascal book reader with lyrics. Because I am spitting from the living one himself, the master. And fucking master beyond my master. Okay, I might not know about some science or some making house and things, but I don't mind about that. Because my job is not to know these things. My job is to push the sword of truth through any rascal human being. You see me? You could live fucking 40,000 million years ago, so blood clot what? If you did know anything truthful. Don't get me wrong, you have men who know how to build building. And we're not talking about those. And those who know, we are talking about those who know blood clot God. The living God I'm on about. That dwell within. Those who didn't have to read a rascal book. And even if we did read the book, we know, because we know that all book is positive and negative. So when we go in the Bible, we can see what is positive there and what is negative. Because the truth is always on the back of the lie. That's how this atmosphere is. So you cannot trick a general no matter what you write. And like I tell you, if there's any words, which if there's anything truthful in your books, it comes from the conscience, from the one. Those who know the one can write down what they know. And like I'm telling you, when you know the one, then as an example, you say you are a wise man, as an example, as opposed to a knowledgeable man. But when a wise man speak, like when I speak, it is not wise once the word come out of my mouth. It is knowledge. But knowledge that can be applied. And when it applied, it refines itself back into wisdom. So all you are reading in your holy scripture book is knowledge. You understand? It might have been said by a wise man, but it's not. The word is not wise anymore. It's now knowledge. Now, if one don't have this wisdom, you go and you read the knowledge. The knowledge should instruct you how to behave. If you go and behave like that, you will gain wisdom yourself. You will no longer have to rely on the rascal book, will you? But these people are not even applying what the book tell them. So they still have to rely on the book. You see what I mean? You get trapped in the book. You become a rascal sheeple. You're not people anymore, you're sheeple because you are under the influence of the shit stim. And like I'm saying, the shit stim is like an octopus. I seen them when they was closing the Olympic, they use a symbol of a big octopus. Yeah, that is the shit stim, tentacles which are everywhere, political, religious, whatever, educational and law and everything. This vile and ungodly system. And you support that, like I say, when you fail to understand who you are. You live to regret that rascal, I say, when you reach back home. Home is like I tell you, when death come now, the Governor General, Supreme General, I've heard. Kings and queens fear him. Emperors has been known to be swept away by the mighty one. Rasta the cat will be swept away by death himself. I don't know who. They had man who was Pharaoh's man. All them man they deal with them blood clot and a little. Don't come into this life and think that you can rule here. That's what death is saying to you. Death give you a little spell to make correction within thyself. I say, I feel that what death is doing before he strike you down there. Death say to himself, look at this puny little man now. Coming here now. Jumping up and wanting to conquer this place. Knowing that he cannot conquer the place, and death is watching him all the time, running around, building up some big buildings, storing up some diamond and gold, and going on with himself, and then death does say, watch this pussy, you know. Just reach and just hold him, you know. He's very terrified of death. So don't make me making long-term plans on earth, because you're not here long-term. Your long-term is away from earth. So all those who are making long-term, you know, bedding in like, as if you're going to stay here. No being. The Governor General don't allow anyone to stay here indefinite. Coming for you. So all I'm saying to you beings, because I know the one myself, the High General, Rastafari himself, because like I tell you, I'm a fire lion, 9th house general. You see what I mean? So I know that, yeah man, they come in for these pussy walls, see me? And I know, like I say, 100%, not 100 trillion% that your deeds from you come out of your mother, all your life has been recorded on the memory. First video camera was by the intelligent one. Call God that one. Supreme intelligence, man. And he placed this device, movie camera, called memory. Doesn't stop working until you die. It doesn't have a bottom. You see what I mean? Endless. It hold all information, man. Trust me, man. Everything when you look and see and smell and hear, memory record that, all your deeds. That's why when you go now on the other side, right, you can't call any barrister like you could have in court, you know. Because one time even here in Babylon, if you do something wrong, you could, before they had the cameras, that was, you know, claim that you wasn't there and thing. Harder now, Babylon bring camera and have you on camera now. Say, Virgin, have the evidence. But what I'm saying now, God was long before that God camera was working. Had memory. Got the evidence of every human being who come into this life and perform wrong action against the law of God. Well, if you don't want to call it the law of God, you know. Because like I say, some people they are a bit jumpy about God. The law of the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari himself. Or whatever name you choose to call that one. That intelligent one, like I say. That is neither male nor female, but is within male and female. And it is the creator of male and female. If you know what I mean. Yeah, that is the terrible and dreadful one, Rastafari, that dwelleth within all. Like I say, I don't teach to those people who say they are Rasta. Because my master is versatile, is everywhere. Because he's dwelling in the one them who say they are Christians. Dwelling in the one them who claim that they are Muslim or Hindu. Blood clot, dwelling in all human, versatile one. Like we say in Jamaica, one love. So my master deal with the one love business, and I am the driver of the one love. You know what I mean? So yeah, when you meet a Rasta man like me, you know, from Firehouse, no, who is not really not many. You never hear about Firehouse, you hear about the Naya Bingley 12 tribe and them, man. You don't really hear about Firehouse, because Firehouse is where rebel, just one rebel up there, you know. Burn some blood clot fire up a Firehouse. Dangerous rebel. We don't ramp in Firehouse, like I said, no compromise, no bowing, no just one way. You see what I mean? So like say me in Firehouse now, I say Firehouse in Deep Congo now. You can't allow a Christian to come into Deep Congo and tell me what to do in Deep Congo. Can't allow the Sandman who's the Muslim man to come there and say that either. I am not denying him his right, because every man have their right. But I'm just saying, Bridget, you can't just come into Africa now and telling me what to think and how to think and tell me that some God send you. I have to burn fire upon that. So I burn fire upon all the Muslim man them and the Christian man them who come into Africa. I say, Bridget, you come to my home to spread disease. You see me? And due to the fact that you spread this disease now, all I people them have been contaminated up by your foul disease. So yeah, and I fight against them forces in Firehouse, burn them bumbuckler till we're dead. You see what I mean? No, that's why I say as a jungle man, trust me. The only thing I can accept is that all men have their own intelligence. But if you ever come to the jungle and tell me, say, God send you. No, man, God can't send you, virgin. And you are the devil. A thief, you want thief and tell lie, man. No, God can't send you. No, God never did. The only thing that send you is your own wicked and evil intention. But not God. You know? And when you are saying that God sent his son, it's your own wicked and evil intention. And you're so wicked and lie that you say all the woman that have a virgin birth to us, lad. That is downright vile and sick. When you know in your heart nothing don't go like that. And now you have been telling people, oh, have faith, man. And you don't say to people, look, virgin, faith can be blind, you know. So don't have blind faith, eh? Make sure you're faithful about what you know. You see me? No, you tell man to be faithful about something that about 2,000 years ago. Because the man can't verify it, so the only way is faith. You can only blind faith it. You can't honest faith it either. You know what I'm saying? Man have to blind faith it. And yet you have these rascal people, like I'm saying, still following this tradition. Here in England, like I say, I've seen man come from Africa trying to convince me to be a rascal Christian and follow Jesus. I say, Bumbleclad Bridget, you don't even know that one of the first slave ship was called the Good Ship Jesus. You don't know that blood clot, yeah? And you don't know that you don't even understand our history, that these people take us out of Africa and bring us to rascal Jamaica and drive this blood clot Jesus in our head, yeah? And after some rebel, some real bad bumbleclad rebel have to die and suffer, fighting against this oppression. After I as a blood clot bad soldier now, coming to Babylon here in modern times, eh? Recover I senses and take up back the fight of slaying blood clot Babylon and Babylon ideas. You know, as one of the brothers leaving now from the very land that we are trying to free, to come and tell me that yes man was follow this blood clot Jesus. Say, boy, you're sick as bumbleclad, man. But like I say, you know, even in the time of slavery, you had those who compromised with those who was putting us into slavery. So just in modern times, you have a lot of them who was compromised to the ways of Babylon. And full of blood clot Babylon church and in there singing to Jesus. Where that Jamaica you come from? We all come from Christian family, you know. All of my family are Christian. But that no got nothing to do with me driving through them, is it? You know what I mean? They have to hear the truth as well. And I have to say to them, family, you're following bullshit. It's your choice still, you know. If you want to follow bullshit, that's your problem. But I have to make a judgment as a fire general in this time, and I am not making any partial judgment. My judgment have to be truth and rights. You see, because I am a follower of the terrible and dreadful God that dwell within. And the only way that you can move with that God is through a pure intention. You see what I mean? Only with a pure and clean intention can one move with the living God. One cannot believe in this one. One have to work, self-discipline. One have to go through all kind of pain and agony. You know what I mean? A reality living. You know what I mean? To understand what is right and correct. We don't believe in no blood clot God. When you believe in God, you are believing a ras clot illusion. I say, not I say, but it says before, actions speak louder than words. So we are supposed to take action. You see what I mean? That is what is going to correct us and open up our eye. Well, anyway, we've been rapping a long time on this Rastafari business, you know. And I know when people hear this, it will hurt some, and I know, when you a bumper clot whether you want to hurt or not. Like I say, I don't bow to man. I don't respect no king and no rascal queen. No majesty. The only majesty I recognize is the terrible and dreadful blood clot God, Rastafari himself, the High General. And that one is dwelling within all human beings. Call that one conscience if you will. But I know that one for real. So that is I and I majesty who I follow. See me? Right now we're going to reel out and fire out from the firehouse. See me? And meet you on another reason. Reel out and fire out from fire. Rastafari, live it!